Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. We are back in Denmark with our character Skjalm Tokesen of the Hvide clan. And yeah, we're on the year 1084 now. We just had this 5-year period of relative peace after the big war of the princes. And in the last episode, yeah, we were mainly honing our profile. Getting known around the Baltic and famously participating in a grand tournament held in Estonia, which he won. Yeah, so Skjalm could show off his prowess and yeah, I guess intimidate people around this area, or at least show them that he is superior in strength. And able to crush them whenever he wants. So yeah, all good. Yeah, that being said, we have had this period of peace, and I think this is not to his liking. He doesn't like peace. Peace is not a good state. Generally, he gets bored easily due to his impatient nature, and then he's brave and arbitrary. He wants to go do something. That's I think in his nature. And so he's been going on hunts. That's okay. But you saw that he was quite frustrated in those as well, because it's not going his way, or they're not really hunting the beast they set out to hunt for, which is a shame. But anyways, here we are. And there have been a few things that have happened last episode that I would like to return to after watching it back. I did see that, and that's still somehow baffling to me, I keep losing legitimacy on occasion. A friend of mine said that at one point I lost legitimacy because of my wife as regent did something, and then I lost legitimacy because of that, because she didn't succeed. But then I also watched it back, and I just lost quite a big amount of legitimacy. Yeah, in between seconds. And the only thing that happened in that period was that we actually, as a culture, entered the high medieval period. So I'm not sure. Haven't encountered this before, or I haven't seen it before. Maybe that is a thing. When you enter a new era, you lose some of your legitimacy, even if it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we are back at 1. For several reasons, I would like to at least get to this level, but we will get to it when the time comes, and you will see why. Yeah, but the main thing, how can we do this? Yeah, we need to, again, host activities like feasts and hunts, or go to war. These are our possibilities. And speaking of going to war, I think, yeah, we still have this in mind, right? All the time we're looking south and what's happening down here. Last time we saw that there's quite of a destabilized situation in Pomerania. He doesn't really have many troops, and his realm is consisting of all these different individual count level rulers, which of course, when you would attack him, they are likely to join his war. So this number here of 700 is kind of misleading. You would have to add all these guys and their strength to it, possibly. Maybe they don't join the war. Then again, if you were to attack him, or if we were to do it, we can only choose a holy war casus belli. So that would mean that every other ruler in this neighborhood that's of the same religion also has the ability to join, and they might very well do that. So yeah, it's tricky. Then again, I have this idea, and I had this idea from the get-go. Of occupying the island of Rügen, which is called Rana. There's actually a Iranian culture. That's interesting. So that is, I think, still on Skjalm's mind. He has been there. He has actually visited the island after his return from the tournament. And yeah, it's been in his mind ever since. He wants to break the heathen rule here, make it a part of the whole Danish kingdom. And we'll see how we can do this. I'm not yet sure. I guess we have to be very opportunist. Like when there's other wars that maybe they participate in, like he has allies, like he is allied to the Pomeranian ruler, so maybe when there's a war, like he might join that one. So whenever he's weak, we can strike. I mean, that's maybe not like directly what his character entails, but yeah, we do have to look for like realistic choices as well, and not just like be like run into war and likely lose. Anyway, okay, so that's kind of like the broader picture, and if that happens in this episode, it would be cool. And so we have, like, each episode we have something big. Like we had the War of the Princes, last time we had the tournament and the activities, and now we will hopefully go into war again. But let's see about this. Another thing, or a few small things that I've noticed or that I wanted to come back to. Last time at this tournament, we won this ring here. And it's actually quite a nice ring. So it gives us knight effectiveness, little bit of less men-at-arms maintenance, spouse opinion even, and forgettable amount of prestige. But still, it's a great ring, and it's a prized possession of ours that we really love. And I wanted to give it a name that kind of reflects this, and not just prize ring. You know, that's a bit cheap. So I thought about this and went through several options. I wanted to name it in a Danish. I want to give it a Danish name again, because that kind of makes it a bit more, culturally immersive. And I looked at it and I came up with this idea of saying, okay, maybe that's the ring that shows really his station, right? And then I had this word connection in my mind of like, the Ring of Honor, and then I realized that is actually, an MMA thing, but the wrestling thing, right? There was this wrestling, this wrestling promotion in the 2000s that was called Ring of Honor. But that's cool, right? That's a kind of pop culture connection that we bring into this. So I want to name it the Ring of Honor, and so I translated this, and now we are going to rename it. And the name it's going to have is Hedersringen. It's the Hedersringen. So this is, this ring shall be passed down in generations, through the generations, to speak of, the great honor that comes with bearing the name of Hvide. Okay, good stuff. Alright, so another thing that I found out, and that's a bit embarrassing. At the beginning of last episode, I was like talking for ages about how our former courtier and knight and marshal Simon died, and how he wanted to take care of his wife and child afterwards, and we managed to bring his wife, his widow, back to our court. And in my naive mind, I thought that would automatically count for her daughter as well, but it didn't. So she was in the same spot. She was also in Mecklenburg at the time, but apparently there's no CK3 doesn't connect these dots anymore. Like when you are out on the road, you're very much on your own. There is no familial connection anymore. So while we got Marty to our court, Dorete was still hanging around. And she's now hanging around over here. So she's, I don't know, whatever a 9-year-old child does. I think it's a yeah, I don't like the situation. On the one hand, it is realistic that when you get displaced, you lose track of your children. Like, this could have happened easily in a war. Yeah, but on the other hand, it's frustrating to a degree. Like, I wanted to do this, and yeah, now it's like, how can I get her back to court? I could cheat, of course. I could just, write that in the save game and teleport her to our court. That wouldn't be a problem. And then again, I wanted to play this game in earnest. Like, I didn't want to change anything about what's happening. What's happening in the game is actually happening. I'm not loading a save. This is not an Iron Man game, but I'm going to play it like it was an Iron Man game. So yeah, I'm not doing that. Then again, I could do the same thing as I did with Marty and arrange a betrothal. That doesn't ring right to me either. Because the only real option here would be one of our sons. Asa, probably. And for him, that would be some kind of downgrade, would it? He's through his mother and then through the grandfather and the great-grandmother, who was Princess Astrid, this very, very important person in this lineage. So through his great-grandmother, he's of the royal line. So you wouldn't just arrange a marriage for him where he was, married to someone that is little more than a commoner. So yeah, that being said, I looked into spouse options for Asa, and they're not looking very good either. It's probably because we now have like 2 alliances, and this game, wants to even some things out. So yeah, obviously if you had like tons and tons of alliances, that could be exploited. And it does make sense to a degree that people are wary of you. Like, when you amass all these alliances, will be like, hey, he's gonna do something with that, is he? So we can't really find a match for Asa, at least currently, that's inside of the Danish nobility. So we'll just wait a little longer. And long story short, I'm not sure what to do with her. Right? I guess I'll pin her. I'll ever so often have a look at what she's doing, and maybe at some point in time there will be a more fitting way of bringing her back to court. We'll just see about this. Okay. Maybe quickly checking on our own children, because they have grown quite a bit. Of course, there's our youngest, Bully. Bully is now 3-year-old. He's a pensive little guy. Right, so that's completely out of our own scope. We don't understand that as Skjalm. He does not understand what being pensive is about. But of course, he's still a son. He would like to find someone to educate him that's maybe closer to the church. So either his bishop, or even if he's still around at the time, we could think about letting him being educated by our friend, Bishop Eginor. That would make total sense for me to do. So let's see. He's 62, but he's alive and kicking. He has the whole of body traits. He's healthy and temperate. So he's going to be around, I think, for some more years. So let's see if we can do this. Then we have our daughter, Sigrid. We love our daughter. And she's maybe growing into this kind of carbon copy of Skjalm, which is okay, right? You can have someone who's like representing himself. So she's already arbitrary, and we may even go ahead and just say, hey, you know what, Sigrid? Let's go ahead, maybe do some training. Like, of course she's a girl, but he just loves her, and he he would nurture this if she just wanted to go in this kind of unorthodox fighting role, right? They're both arbitrary, they do things their way. Maybe she wants to do this, maybe she is like, yeah, I'm a fighter actually. I'm not a girly girl. So I'm actually doing this, right? I'm influencing her personality. There's a 76% chance of that happening. He wants to shape her in his image, basically. Okay, then we have Asser, who is learning under Kare, our chancellor. And he is also displaying traits that we've seen in the family. He's arbitrary and he's vengeful. So, yeah, that's a dangerous combination here. Like, he might be someone who in the future will be out to harm others in a backstabbing kind of way. We'll see how that plays out. He has a bully, this guy here. So this guy here is bullying our poor son. And yeah, who knows? Maybe he will die of unforeseen and unknown consequences at some point in time. We won't know, I guess. But that's Asser. And then we come to Toke. And Toke, again, also shows some kind of similarities to our own. Like, he's impatient, and then he's also vengeful, and he's just. And that's a very interesting combination to me. It's going to be very fun to play him, I think. Also potentially stressful for him, because whenever you do some kind of scheme, hostile scheme against others, you gain stress when you adjust. Maybe that's something he also wouldn't do. Like, he is this vengeful person, but he believes in the law. So I would think he's much of an eye for an eye person. Like, he interprets the law very, very strictly. And he will punish people when they do wrong. I think that will be him. But let's see. Let's see how he's turning out to be. Funny thing is that his future wife, Ingeborg II, is also vengeful and a rowdy, like he. So I guess, yeah, they're kind of made for each other. They can sit around and bitch about people and talk about how they would, do nasty things to them. That's cool. Okay, we will kind of have an eye on this in the future. There we are. So what else on the is on the clock? Coming back to our knights, we still have our brother Auden and our personal physician Felice. I still don't know how to pronounce this name in Italian. I need to look it up. Anyone knows, then please message me. Is this Felice? Felice? I don't know. Doesn't even sound very much like an Italian name to me, right? Anyway. So, yeah, but anyway, he has a prowess of 1. So, having him as a knight is, I don't know, that's not right for him. Like, he would, yeah, he's not capable at all to defend himself or even attack someone. So, that would just be cruel to make him go on the battlefield, and he would be useless. So, we forbid him to do this. That's good, right? So, whenever we go to war, he can be, a medic on the field, helping people, healing their wounds instead of going to battle himself. I'm not sure what to do with my brother. I mean, yeah, we figured this out way before. He's useless. He has turned out into a decent steward. We grant him that. But in terms of his prowess, he's terrible. And he's likely to hurt himself in a battle, like, before he hurts anyone else. So, yeah, we already had this problem that he was captured after one battle, and I think something like that is likely going to happen again if he participates in one. Then again, he is part of the nobility. He is our brother. And yeah, as a nobleman, it is kind of expected from you to partake in these bouts, in battles, in duels, and so on. So even if he is bad at it, he would still, or there would still be this expectation that he will don a chainmail, grab, I don't know, a spear, and fight. So maybe let's still allow him, even though this is risque. I know he's likely to die at some point in battle, maybe. But if that happens, it's going to happen, right? We still kind of, yeah, it's expected of him, I think. Okay, we have our bishop who's rapidly declining in his prowess because he's getting old. But I guess that's still okay. Can still fight, just like Tautwila, the not so capable physician whom we got back from the tournament. Botolf, Toft, the dull leper. I think this is like kind of like a carnival here, right? We have this kind of circus of people who are actually our knights or skulls. He's a leper, but he's still fighting with us. He can still fight. And I think that's something that he would want to do. Yeah, being that like he's this giving and passionate person, he wants to contribute. He wants to do something, basically. Yeah, we have Kare, who is our best Huskar at prowess of 22. He's great. So he's definitely going into battle. And then, of course, we have Dirk, whom we have relied on greatly throughout the past years. We very much trust this guy. Yeah, he's like the backbone of our whole military. That being said, maybe it's time to look for a successor also. He is getting older. He's in his late 40s now. And in a role-playing sense, maybe there would be someone that he could later on pass the torch to, but also kind of also already, yeah, I don't know, show the ropes and yeah, show him what to do in this position once he will get there. So we will seek a possible accolade successor. Actually, I do have a suspicion who it might be, but let's see. Anyway, okay, so coming back to Felice. I call him Felice for now. I did realize that he has his duties that he could pick up, and right now he's just like on regular duties. He could do control plague prevention, which is a good thing because usually it's too late to have this option here because the plague's already there, right? You get notified once the plague is directly in your realm. And then, of course, it still matters because the higher the plague resistance, the less likely it is for someone at court to actually catch the plague at the time. Though, I don't know, in my experience, everyone gets it. No matter how high your plague resistance is, you will just, yeah. Everyone will get it at some point once the plague is really in your court. Doesn't matter if you are like, you know, go into hiding or going into isolation. Everyone will get it still. Anyways, but there is the option to do advanced research. And that would grant us a little bit of lifestyle experience. It's a bit, yeah, I know, it's a bit like cheesing and stuff, but there could be explanations for this, right? He has to do something anyway, right? So he's just standing around, so maybe he comes up with it himself. He is quite intelligent, very learned, so he might be like, hey, while you do nothing, I could like research something for you and help you with something, because we know we can't read, so yeah, maybe we need someone to read to us in certain situations. Okay, let's do this. Then still coming back to the matter of Felice. I was told by my managers to apologize to the Italian community for my continued mockery of their accent. That is, I'm very, very sorry for this. Very, very sorry. I don't know. I probably will continue doing it anyway because it's like a good laugh. But I apologize in advance now, and for what I've already done. Now we come back to the cliffhanger of last episode, and that was we went to the hunt that Asbjørn, our father-in-law, held in his land of the Lol land. And when we came back, we witnessed this dramatic scenario where our own knight Balder snuck up to our other knight at the time, Ødger, and he just crushed his skull with a massive stone. And we just saw it. We were like, what? And yeah, he pondered for a second what to do. You know, he's not a big thinker, or he doesn't think things through carefully. So he actually just decided on a whim and said, no, you need to be in jail for now. And he was arrested. That does make sense to me in hindsight, and at the time. That's why I chose it as an option. He, like I said before, I want to portray this whole relationship of him to his court, really like as him having a responsibility for these people. And like the whole feudal system is based of this mutual responsibility of liege to vassal and vassal to liege. So these people have sworn an oath to us, right? Ødger swore an oath to us, and we in turn did to him. And so when Balder did this, he did not only obviously betray Ødger, but he also betrayed us. In a way, this could be interpreted as a personal attack. Like, he did not only attack that guy, he attacked us as well. Because that man was part of our retinue. He was our Huskarl. And we cannot let that go. That much is clear. I thought about this, and I thought about several things to keep in mind. And no, but in the end, I want to be consequential. He's a fun character. I like having him around. Like, he brought some elements to the game that were really funny. And yet, again, he had this traumatic event. Now he's in a dungeon. He was tortured before by someone else. I think he's getting Nam flashbacks right now, so I need to do something here. And yeah, what I came up with is that the only solution that I can really think of is to banish him. Of course, I could execute him as well. That is quite harsh, even though he is a murderer. Like, this whole idea of capital punishment, I guess that's a thing that comes up during the Middle Ages or the late Middle Ages. But in the early Middle Ages, you had this whole catalog of things you needed to do when you did a certain crime. And in there were fines that you had to pay when you did certain things. And killing someone was among these. And in this situation, I think that Skjalm knows that Balder needs to be punished. And the most drastic thing that he comes up with is like breaking their bond. So letting him go and seizing his assets. Right, he has some gold because he was the master of the hunt, so he regularly received some payment. Whenever like people at the court have gold, I like to interpret this not as like necessarily like all just material wealth, but rather his assets. He probably has some land in our county of Noresund. like a little manor, and we will seize that from him. So you will get banished. I can't get a hook on him. That's yeah, it's okay. This is already drastic, right? So I think this is the only real thing that we could do here that would make sense in a historic way, in a personal way. So we'll do it. That being said, so we're going to get these assets back, but then he still has a family, and they will remain at our court. So Victoria will remain here, his son Thorfinn will remain here, and I think, let's see if I can actually do this. Yeah, I think that would make sense. We will pass down yeah, some of these assets to his son, like an inheritance, more or less. Same thing you would do when you have a vassal that's been troubling you, and you know, he fights you, you imprison him, and then you take that land from him and give it to him, his son. Basically the same thing. So I can already do this. So that way it kind of stays in a kind of role-playing way, and I'm not doing this whole banishment thing to have some, yeah, personal gain necessarily. So that's what we do. Then, yeah, we have this kind of unfinished business when it comes to voting for an heir for King Sven. He does have a wife now who's quite young, so it's likely that, or it would be likely for him to have children if he wasn't chaste himself, and she wasn't chaste. So yeah, that's I guess when they go to bed, like, they have separate beds and they go into bed fully clothed and stuff. So it's not likely, or at least, yeah, they're not going to have many children. If they even have any. So, yeah, we should consider voting for someone to be the next king, just in the case anything happens to King Sven. And, yeah, looking at the vote score, we can see that the king himself is looking for his, I think, youngest brother, Niels, whom he appointed as... oh no, he's not appointed to anything. Oh, he's actually... Oh, yeah. He's in Iceland because he is married to the noble house of Iceland. I think, yeah, in a way we can explain this. Like he is like untainted. He was not a part of this whole War of the Princes. So King Sven probably thinks, yeah, he is the logical person to vote for. He's also like zealous, just like he is. He's an honest person, a generous person. He would make possibly a good king. Not a king that that Skjalm would prefer, though. That's not the... I know these attributes don't... I mean, yeah, I think he can get behind honesty. If it is not, I don't know, gratuitous honesty, like being forthcoming about things, but rather being straightforward, that's something that he can get behind. But the whole, yeah, generosity, that zealousness, I don't think that's necessarily what he wants to see in a king. He wants more, yeah, more balls, right? He wants the king to be someone that goes forward, declares wars, widens the influence, and so on. So, coming back to the list of possible candidates, I mean, obviously, very, very obviously, we're not going to vote for Prince Benedict. He's a former traitor. And we are definitely not going to vote for the bedwetter. That's not going to happen at all. I'm still kind of cross about this. I so want to challenge him to a fight. I can't do this until April of this year, but we see down there the acceptance chances as minus 10%. So this is not going to happen, damn it. So no, none of these. But then, in fourth place we have Prince Björn. And Prince Björn is now the Count of Forbas. I think that was the domain that was formerly held by Prince Olaf. And Prince Björn is a man after our own heart to a degree. He's wrathful. He's a tough soldier. Knows how to hold a sword and is actually a capable commander. So he would embody things that we think are good traits in a ruler. He's trusting. We're not too fond of that, Compassionate people, trusting people, that's not our thing. He might actually just die from being stabbed in the back. The bag. But I think he's the logical choice for us to vote for. That's the person whom we would want. I don't think it's that consequential. We have 8 votes. But then we see, Duke Thrugot and Prince Eric are also voting for him. Those two are people we know and fought with together in the War of the Princes. So, yeah, I think that is a good choice. Alright. I think maybe at this point in time, what is it like? Oh, Jesus Christ, are we like 36 minutes in? I always want to do this in a shorter way. But yeah, it's never happening. At least we did some things, right? We made some choices. So I think now we can just run the game and see what's happening. This is still popping up. Oh yeah, we still have those deer sighted in Norrisund. Let's see. Oh yes, I approach my daughter Sigrid and snatch her by the collar. Spitting, strike me! She quails, protesting, but you are my father. Do it! I insist until I am hit across my grinning face. Fear nothing, girl, for if you can strike me, what can't you do? Try, strive, fail. Then you'll die for honor, love, and duty. All better than a meaningless deathbed. God and Norrisund, cries Sigrid. I shall not fail. Oh, God. Yeah, this is perfect. This is exactly what Skjalm would say. This is his personality in a nutshell. And Sigrid understands this. Yeah, she is my girl. She really is. Yeah, we love her. Okay, so here's what happened. Balder, has been sent away from our court in disgrace. His assets seized, and there wasn't really anything he got. He was just chased off, and he is seeking shelter or refuge. Oh, actually, at the Count of Werle, who is actually a heathen. That's somehow interesting. Let's check again. Yeah, but his wife and son are still with us. That's good. That's exactly what we wanted. Good. Okay. Let's roll again. Yeah, this petition thing, we can't petition anything. So, yeah, why does this keep popping up? Looking for a knight here. At some point we will get this knight coming for us. Toad Wheeler is getting his martial increased. He already had a lot, so okay. He's becoming possibly our best commander. Yeah. Oh! He's 3-year-old and he can already talk! Wow! I mean, I don't know. Our children are somewhat slow, are they? I don't know, was it Asser who took his first steps when he was like 4 years old? And now Bully is like 3 and he hasn't talked until now. I mean, that happens and it's not a laughing matter. Like, some children just start talking very late. Doesn't mean that they are slow in any way. But hey, this is a game. We can make fun of these people. They are not real. So... hurry, my liege, you have to hear this. The wet nurse Victoria rushes me into my son's chamber. Victoria points at Bully in excitement, so I lean towards him and listen. Pa. It's like, yeah, once again, I'm not impressed, actually. So I'm like, yeah, what else can he say? Is that everything, really? I expect more from my son. at his age. Oh, what's going on? There's something odd about my brother Orden, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. Yeah, I haven't been able to for all of his life. There is something definitely wrong with him. Perhaps it is just my imagination running amok. Nevertheless, that ominous feeling is keeping me up at night. Okay, I will look into this immediately. What's going on? Tell me the truth. I am being paranoid. I will look into this immediately. Sounds right for me, right? So, yeah, we will see. We will see what's going on. Oh, there was the straightforward option in there too, right? We could have maybe rolled a die for this, but at least we're like taking immediate action. I have hidden in the shadows, gone to shady taverns. What? Why did I do that? And turned every stone, yet I have found nothing nothing condemning against my brother Orden. Not even a suspicious rumor. Well, it seems like I was mistaken this time. It was not time wasted. Aha, tonight I will sleep like a babe. He seems innocent. Doesn't he look like a very innocent man with his callous greed? Yeah, well, I looked into it. He's fine. We are, well, maybe we're not trusting him necessarily, but we are trusting our own ability to find out if he was or wasn't. Okay, let's check a bit around. What's happening here? Are they good? Oh! Wait a second. Defending against King Bolesław the Bold of Poland in the Holy War for the Duchy of Pomerania. Yes, I was expecting this. But we've seen it before. Poland was already conquering county per county up here. They are already on the Baltic. So they are Baltic power now. And now they're going, I don't know, all in. Right? Yeah. They want the whole Duchy of Pomerania. So this whole region. And yeah. Well, we can see. There are 3,500 defenders, right? That's what you get when you enter a holy war. That being said, I think I will look into this. Just look a bit into how this is developing, because this might actually just be the leverage that we needed. This opportune moment where we could come in and yeah, take what we want while their forces are stretched, right? Let's see. Like put some pins on them. That helps. Yeah, it's going down again. Battles won and battles lost, so that means they are actively fighting down there. Sadly, we can't see directly what's going on here because of the fog of war. But yeah, there's definitely things going on. And I don't have any doubt that yeah, Poland will win this. And once they do, they are at our doorstep. And they will, I think they will just not rest. They will go for taking the other counties here as well. Oh, what do we have? During a trip to the castle town, my daughter Sigrid and her servant Engli vanished without a trace for several hours. The misplaced ewe were found. Sigrid had apparently begun to plan with Engli to ration their merger loaf of bread. What? While they hadn't been missing for more than an hour, the experience seems to have instilled a respect for even the simple luxuries in Sigrid. What's that all about? So they're doing something mischievous, and it turns out that their act of mischief was to ration their loaf of bread. What is that all about? She keeps the trade temperate. Oh no, she need only patiently wait for others. No. We don't wait patiently for anything. So yeah, if she's going to be someone who doesn't do too much of things, then yeah, we won't beat it out of her, I guess. Oh, I have a lifestyle perk. Oh yeah, oh! We take the Peacemaker perk, and that's actually a great one. Because now we have Peace Acceptance +1. That means we can end wars when we are only at 90%. Is that the kind of confirmation that we needed? You know, I don't know. Coming back to what he just said to his daughter. You try, you fail, but you did it. Right? You're not dying on your deathbed saying, I didn't do this, I regret so many things. We're not going to regret anything on the deathbed. And we are doing this now. So, we are declaring war. As you do see, he has allies, and yeah, this is going to be interesting, to say the least. And the only thing that we can hope for is that their forces are stretched thin while fighting Poland and us at the same time. So, what the heck? Go for it. There we are. Of course, the Count of Rana is joining this. Makes total sense. Who's already near death? Oh, yeah. That's the war with us, and that's the war against Poland. That was to be expected. Of course, we are calling our allies. And that is, of course, Bishop Egino and Duke Thrugot. There we are. I guess this hunt is not going to happen. That deer is just going to stand around and be like, hey, why don't you hunt me? So, let's see. Is there anything else we can do? Obviously, we start raising our own armies. We do have some money. Not enough to go for mercenaries. Special. Okay, what do we have here? The Hungarian lads. That's him here. There's like 900 guys. Would cost 92. But where is he? Oh, he's up here. He's not that far away, actually. Well, that would obviously be... yeah, this would be huge for us. Having 900 guys here. And obviously, these are 900 men-at-arms. These are not 900 levies. These are 900 light footmen. They would definitely give us leverage down there. And again, he will cost 92 gold. And as far as I understand landless rulers, this is just the like the initial contract. And then at the end of the war, they'll come back and they will demand more. And I guess like that's going to be more than 92 gold. And if you don't do that at that point, they get a strong hook against you. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's also gallows bait. Like he's yeah. I'm not sure. And he's calling himself the Hungarian lads, and he's a Scotsman. That's we don't trust this. It's dubious to say the least. Okay, who are the other guys? They only have 100 soldiers, but it's they are superior quality. Again, this could just in a battle where it's like 50-50. This could be like the I don't know. Oh, I'm missing the proverb here. What is it? I only know the bad ones. Like that is the tip of the iceberg. No, that's not what I want. Anyway, they can be the you know, the thing that makes us win. that's a proverb now. Okay, so I could hire them, and that would be 15 gold. I guess that would not be too much of a stretch for us. Once again, I think they will demand more gold if the war is over, as far as I understand the whole mechanic. Oh, and he is not a Christian. He is a practitioner of the rituals of the old gods. Is that a problem for us? We are, of course, Christian. And we are doing this as a holy war. So, Then again, we are arbitrary, and we look into ways, we think in ways that no one else does. I mean, there would be an explanation for this. Like, I think this is where also like the Jomsvikings had their headquarters and stuff. So this traditionally was Viking land, and if it is actually our goal to get rid of the temple that is there, that is something that would align with his goals too, I guess. Right? Yeah. Do we do this? 15 gold. Yeah. I mean, I just gave a perfect explanation, did I? in roleplay terms. Yeah, we do it. Okay. It's, once again, I think he could be the... Oh, damn, I'm lacking the proverb again. There we go. I'm actually, and this is, I don't know, I don't want to sound arrogant or so, but I'm actually quite eloquent in English. But again, if you play and talk at the same time, I don't know, my ADHD brain can't handle that sometimes. So I'm just like sitting here and looking for words in my head and they don't come to me. Okay, so what is he saying? I'm honored by your offer and would love to stand alongside your bannerman. However, instead of receiving a payment up front, I should receive an official alliance. Ooh. And I would still pay him. What? A good deal for me. Gains of an alliance deal. What does that entail? Are you out of your mind? What if we do this? The whole thing is over? As an attacker on your side. Oh yeah, then only then does he join as an attacker. He wants to have an alliance. It's a bit of a deal with the devil, right? Okay, let's roll the die here. Let's see. Let's just leave it up to the gods. I mean, God. There's only one. Just 50-50. 1 to 3 is the first one. 4 to 6 the second. It's a 5. No. Is he out of his mind? I'm looking for mercenaries, not for, some heathen allies. That's definitely not what I want. Okay, that stripped us of that choice. That's okay. Right, again, you try. You try, and if you fail, you fail. I think I'm going for this option again, right? We have, in roleplay terms, all of our economy now is there to go for war, right? This is not her personal influence on our strategic ability, but rather her putting her own resources into making sure that we succeed in war. And she would have her own resources, right? She, in our absence, is running the whole show. So that would be our roleplay explanation for this. Okay. How do we do this? I think I'm going to go over here so that we can meet up with his lads. The bishop will come from here. I hope he's also coming this way. What I don't want to do, which would be, the more direct choice, is to go over sea. Because then we run into this problem again where once you land, you have this like really, really detrimental modifier to your what is it called, advantage, I think. So yeah, no, let's not do this. So we're doing it that way. Okay, we have 500 guys. Then the bishop is 300 and he has 1,100. Yes. So what's happening here? Duke Switibor is also joining, and Chief Bayoras. Where is he from? From there, okay. Oh, we have 600 people. That's not nothing. Yeah, that being said, I still hope that they are at this point occupied. with fending off the Polish. Oh, what's happening here? You can appoint someone. We found another knight. Oh. That's lazy and arrogant. Well, if he proves himself, then he'll be alright, okay? Yeah, there you go. But now, just joined us. We should have waited that split second, because now he's not in our army. Well, I guess I can raise armies again, and then have him. Just this one person coming behind us. Okay, so. Yeah, he was waiting for us, actually. That's good. Oh, yeah. He can definitely go by sea. That's not of any consequence. He's not going... He shouldn't do any fighting anyway. So, yeah. The bishop is coming this route too. Good. This is all good. All going to plan until now. I think the good thing is that he has siege equipment. I think Thrugod also has siege equipment. We don't. But we will definitely need it. Because, yeah, he has this fortification level of 9. Oh, he's going... What's he doing now? Oh, no. No, why do you do this? No, stop it now. Stop. And now our knight, the arrogant Gudmar, already arrived here. Hope this doesn't lead to anything. Okay. Yeah, okay. There's 500 guys there. That's fine with us. Oh, he's attacking now from there. Oh, he should not do this. Ow! I guess that's why he did this. Because once again, we would run through... I see. Oh, now we have to do the same thing, because if we lose 100 guys, and that's always what happens when you go through a barony where you get this, like, red skull, it would mean that, you will lose 100 guys, and in an army of 500, that hurts you. that hurts us. Okay, so, it will probably come too late for this battle then. I should have done this differently. Anyway, he will win this. Anyway. But you see here, he gets minus 37, even though he's a very good commander, right? But he's going to crush them anyway. Crash. Thrugod crash. Okay, let's hope we come here in time so that if he chooses to attack us, he might want to think twice. Because then we will all be here together. And I hope that is going to happen. And I think that is happening. Good. Yeah, 14 months. I know. This is going to take long. But I knew this. That much I knew. Oh, I do have some construction work outside. I hope this is not audible. Oh, what do we have here? Guys. Some guys were like, we don't want this. Stop it, please. We're like, no. Okay, there we go. Now we have even more siege equipment, so it goes down to 10 months. Good stuff. Looking good so far. Oh, he's up to 1,200. Yeah, he has got mercenaries. But he's losing in the Polish war. And they are not losing too fast, which is good, right? If they were losing very fast, then, yeah, of course, that war would be over and they could all concentrate on us. But the war is still ongoing down here. He has 600 guys. Let me see. On their side, they have 3,000 guys. Yeah, obviously. That would be overwhelming for us. But they are still fighting against the Polish. And what do we see here? Yeah, he has more people under his control. Not sure where this construction work actually is. I can't see it from my window. Yeah, I hope it's not audible. I actually have a dynamic microphone, so that's why I have to be in front of it at all times. So, yeah, it should only record what's directly happening in front of it. Alright, yeah, there was the slaughter of these, I don't know, 70 local farmers that were trying to defend their island. Oh, this is actually looking good. I like this. Once we have conquered this, we will get this kind of passive boost to holding the objective. It's slow at first, but then it will just come and come. Huh? Why am I not part of the army? I thought I was part of the army. Maybe that changed when I... Yeah, that probably changed when I merged it with the one knight, and then he was let go. Yeah, CK3 is so weird sometimes. Anyway, yeah, I think this is a siege anyway, so yeah, it's alright. Anyway, I have a feast going on at home. As a dull affair, I was almost ready to nod off in my seat when I noticed young Sigrid not far away, paying rapt attention to a conversation my sister-in-law was having with someone else. My sister-in-law? Oh yeah, right, her. Eventually, my curiosity aroused, I went over and asked the lass what fascinated her so. Apparently, Sarah had been discussing a rather delicate diplomatic matter, involving a foreign kingdom, a matter complex enough to leave Sigrid utterly baffled, probably Sweden. Turning to me, she demanded an explanation, unsurprising perhaps considering she is in fact my ward and responsibility. We love her, so we are going to explain this to her patiently, even though that's stressful for us. If this was any of our sons, you'd be like, nah, go away. Have better things to do. Oh yeah, let's look for... Alright, okay, yeah. Tautwila is currently the commander. Let's change this to... I don't know if this actually has... If this is actually doing something here. Because he's not the commander in this siege. I think that would be Duke Thrugot. Oh, you'll see. We will see. There's still no enemy in sight. Let's knock on wood. Oh, that's not wood. I was just... knocking on my mouse mat. So, now I knocked on wood. Victoria is no longer your wet nurse. Oh yeah, she's 46. That's the magical watershed for Crusader Kings 3. When you are above 45, you can no longer give birth unless you have that fecund trait. Yeah, so Marty will take over. That's fine. Do we still actually need a wet nurse? Yeah, he's only 4, 10, 12, 14. I mean, judging by how slow these children develop, I would not be surprised if they are still hanging on their wet nurse's teat. We are going to... Yeah, do this. Siege is going. I'll just speed this up a tiny bit now, right? There's nothing much happening, so we can just let it go. Bop, 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 bop. Dum, 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 dum. Dong, 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 dong. And we are done. Great. This is great. Let's see. What is the next best thing that we could do? We could go for Wolgast. Or for Rostock. It's the same thing. This is obviously his seat. So, while he is not there, he is running his army. Might be able to capture his wife or one of his children. That would in fact also contribute to our war score. Because here you see, you get war score from prisoners that are a direct relation of the guy we're fighting. So anyway, let's do this. I mean, it brings us closer to where he probably currently is with his army. I don't know that. But then again, we can still retreat to Rana, which now belongs to us. That means when we are here and he's fighting us, he has to do this as an attacker. We would be a defender here. Whenever you're not doing this, like when he attacks us here, it doesn't matter that he would be the one moving into this county. He would still be counted as the defender because we do not own this county. It's a bit weird, but that's how the game works. Yeah, there we see. Okay. There is King Bolesław. All right. Why is he shown as a hostile army? I don't understand that. Bolesław is shown as hostile. Why? Because he is not going for Rana. He's going for Pomerania. If at all, we should be allied in this. Okay, there we go. What do we have here? A challenge? What's happening here? Why is this looking like that? Yeah, mod thing. It's a mod thing. I'm sparring with one of my soldiers. Oh yeah, that's good old Thorfinn. He's come of age. He's actually our knight now. I can recruit him at home and bring him over. We talk about our weapon practice for a while, training tricks. About to leave another round. Lights up and we just practice together. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's something I would do. I will show him not to challenge him again. No. He is our knight. He asked for practice. Obviously, he lost. Obviously. So let's end it here. Well fought. Well fought. He is craven, but he challenged us. That means something to us. Like he's a good kid. Balder's son. Balder's son is a good kid. I hope he doesn't end up like his father. Okay, so we do have Krutoy coming back here. But he only has 1,000 guys with him. If there aren't any other armies behind him here, we might as well just stay here and look for the fight, because we might win it even if we are on the defensive. Oh, yeah, okay, there he is. Oh, and I'm not even here. If we retreat now, do they follow us? I hope they do. Go on. He's not following. Oh. He's not following. Okay, let's have a look. He has... That's mostly levies though, right? There's only 200 men-at-arms. He has several men-at-arms, 500. Let's see what our armies looks like. I mean, we are less in manpower, but we have 400 men-at-arms. He has almost 800 men-at-arms, and he has 200 men-at-arms. I think quality-wise, our army is a lot better than his. So, I think he just realized this. He's like, oh. And now he's turning his tail. He's like, no. I did not do this. Or he tries to come from that angle. Would that be any different? What's happening? Yeah, he's going over there. Is he trying to get around and then to go to Rana? That would be stupid. That would be stupid of him. It would take him ages to get this back. And we will likely succeed here before he does. Oh, we'll just see. We'll just see. We've made our choice. We made our... Yeah. He's going back to Rana. Oh, sorry. I forgot about this. Now I have to remind myself again. This whole commander thing is... it's poorly integrated. I gaze at clouds. Okay, that's a sign from God. That cloud looks like something. Majestic. Yeah, I think. Or it's a sign from God. Let's quickly roll the die. It's a powerful, majestic thing. Yeah, I guess at a siege, there's not much else we have to do. Yeah, there we go. Now he's the commander again. And now I'm switched to Dirk again because he's the better siege person. I'm not sure about all of this. Oh, we'll only take them 6 months. That's not what I expected. While we are still at 8 months. He does have a slower progress though. So it might actually be, depending on the siege events that we get, that we would still be faster. Right? So takes us longer to overcome this. Or what else do we have here? Right, wait a second. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh. We have a Flux. So whatever this is, and we have a flux. Oh no! That's... ooh. And it's coming from here. Huh. Okay, yeah, that's the point where we would switch to already telling Zorzi, Mr. Zorzi, Felice, that he should look out for play control. Okay, I'm still somewhat hopeful that we will manage to get there before him by, yeah. Oh, now we're down to 1.4. Why is that? Huh? I thought we were at 2 before. Okay. Damn it. I just didn't see something. Was I here? Maybe I wasn't. I was here. Yeah. It is risky. And there is this guy. Oof. Going off into the distance. Is this war over now? Yeah. It's at 100%, so this war will be over. This war will be over, and that means that, well, I guess it doesn't change that much, because he's running out of troops now. All of this will not belong to him anymore. He will be gone completely, I think. Or maybe this thing here. Gdansk will still belong to him. Okay. How is this playing out? Yeah. This is so close. So close. I mean, obviously we can go back and get it again. That's not a big problem. And I think the more the more often it changes back and forth. Yeah, I guess there's a tournament, but that's not our concern now. Thanks, but no thanks. And I will not do the training for the tournament thing. That would be cheesing. 53 days, 27 days. Yeah, he's gonna do it before us. But it's okay. Let's see what's happening down here. Maybe we are actually able to get one of his family. Hold them for ransom. And then we will go back for Rana, I guess. We could still try to get him in an open confrontation. Petition the king. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. He's like, I have potentially more men, but I also have less men at arms. Oh, that being said, he's now getting reinforcements. Yeah. There we go. We have captured a valuable prisoner, and that is his son. And you see down here, that brought us up to 84. And remember, we only need 90. He's coming here too. Should we seek this confrontation here? I mean, they're all coming. Better defensive buildings, better army commander, more soldiers. I mean, he could sit this out now, right? Because he is holding Rana. So that means that is the objective. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, wait. Wait. This is me. I'm going to do this. Commander trends, higher quality, more men at arms commander, defensive buildings, better army commander. I highly doubt that. I doubt that. But yeah, I think this is what we need to do, right? Oh, is he actually trying to run away from this? Oh, the someone else thing again. No, we've buried this a long time ago. We buried this thought a long time ago. She wouldn't do this. We know that. We know that of her. Let's just wait here. Because I was not particularly looking forward to do this battle. So let's wait for these guys to actually go away. Then there will only be 700 left here, and we can attack them. That's fine. We will do that, gladly. So, he's almost away. So, now is our time to come here. Oh, this will be good. Oh, let's talk about this later, but our father-in-law has just died, and that's going to mean something. Ah, this is so good. That stupid idiot. And this battle might just be enough. It might just be enough. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, we did it. We actually did it. Oh, I was not expecting this. Not after how it played out. But yeah, there we go. I can actually demand a hostage from him. And I think that's something we're going to do. So that way we're kind of making sure that he's not going to attack us again. At least as long as that ward is at our court. Maybe we go for the youngest one, because she has to be with us for the longest time. I don't know. Just roll a die here. Oh, it's a 2, so we take the oldest one. Judita. Okay, so we obviously don't offer him a hostage. That would be something we would do if we were to go for a white peace. But we don't have to. We have crushed him. He is the loser. And you dictate the terms to the loser. Enforce demands. There we go. Greetings, Count Skjalm. May your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. Yes, you did. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. Yes, so be it. Oh, man. This is great. This is great. We actually managed to conquer it. So, we are now the Count of Rügen. As you see, it's not Rana anymore. Now it's Rügen. So that would be the name the island holds today. It's not only the island, as we can see. It's also the foothold here, which is nowadays, very much dominated by the town of Stralsund. I'm not sure how historic that is, but I think it was Stralsund was a Hanse town, a Hanse city. Obviously, that's not a early medieval thing. There it was, the slaughter at Rügen. Look at us. We're like, yeah, we did this. And he's like, meh, ow. And now he has the bloody flux. Serves you right, you idiot. Anyways, okay, dismiss this. We own Rügen. Okay, lots of things to do. Like I said before, I have tinkered with the domain limit. And I've put it at -3. Because I want this to be more of a medieval game. And in medieval times, you didn't have landowners that, owned vast regions of land. That did not happen. That's not a thing. You had loads and loads and loads of vassals, actually. And that's the dynamic that I want to recreate. So we're now over our domain limit. I think we can easily get around this by going back to, Signe just normally assisting us. Now we're at 2. Good. Goody. There we go. So other things that we do. Obviously. I mean, I think we saw that before. And that is that actually Catholicism already was the majority faith in Rügen. So we were actually acting as a liberator, right? But it would make total sense to send for our bishop to make sure that we maybe if not convert, then at least do missionary work here. For us, this is not necessarily just a religious thing. It's also about control, because obviously we are not a pagan, and you might have revolts and stuff. So if the people are actually Christians too, that will be helpful for us in any case. Right, that's what we do. Then we are going to send Dilk to increase control. So he's sending... Yeah, he's ill. That's okay. He can be ill. He has reduced disease symptoms. See, we have a physician now. Everything is better. Actually, I think now we do have the chance to petition the king and send for bailiffs. And that will increase control as well. I think that's what we will do in a second. Let me just check for something. Yeah. It's as I thought. Because when we looked at the culture, it said that we have runestones. And that would mean that if we conquer land, we could actually build a runestone. Maybe the decision will come in a few days. But maybe it just might be linked to to the pagan rituals, which wouldn't be true. The Danes raised runestones in Christian times. I think the most famous ones, or the most famous one that was built by Harold Bluetooth, wasn't that with Christian symbols? Wasn't he Christian? Oh, I'm not too sure. Shouldn't say something that I'm not too sure about. Okay. Oh, I can station a man-at-arms regiment. That makes sense too, right? And even in a role-playing way. Like, we are making sure that our Bondi are helping to stabilize the situation here in Rügen. Okay, so by now I think we should be back. We still get the option to train for the tournament. No. Okay, I mean, I will leave it here, but I'm not doing it now. It sounds like a bit like cheating to me. It's the wrong one. I want to petition the king. There we go. Yeah, we're asking the king for sending bailiffs. I mean, we could also ask for fortifying our borders now that we actually have a border. But I think we are pretty secure in this position now. We have a truce. We have a hostage. So let's go for this. We want to the king to help us in raising the control over Rügen. That's a fresh start. Liege conversion halted. He was himself converting Rügen to his religion. Nah, you cannot do that anymore, mate. Okay, so after listening to the speech, he sits in silence for several moments as he mulls my petition over. Eventually he addresses me. You make some good arguments, but if I am to agree to your request, I will need something in return. Surely you see it would benefit both of us if we come to an arrangement. Is that really what we want? We would pay 50 gold to him. That's quite hefty. Yeah, again, this is the option where he would start to debate and take other people into account. I don't think that's a natural thing he would do, being impatient. And kind of, he had a goal, right? He came here to achieve something, and now that he's so close and he just needs some coin, to swap hands. Yeah, okay. That's okay, I accept. There we go. So, yeah. Money is tight now. I could go inside. Oh, yeah. And we are over 250 of renown. That means we get to choose... we get to choose a legacy. Let's see which ones make sense. Heroic Bloodline Legacy. Heroes of Old. I gain a legend seat. Oh, boys. We don't have that much of a lineage personally. Like, we would have to depend on the lineage of our wife. I don't think that's something we would go for. Even though we're proud of that, but we don't want to define ourselves by it. We are still very much our own man. Adventure and pillage. I think these are really more related to, being Viking. Our diplomatic range would widen. Receive bonus troops above the cap when adventuring, right? And that's a decision I think we cannot take anymore. But we get the interaction to send someone to the Varangian Guard. that would be a thing still at this time. Would be then gift givers. More likely to get trade events when raiding, right? And we can't raid because we are Christians. We're good Christians, we don't do this kind of thing. We invade countries and slaughter the people there, but we don't raid. There's a clear distinction there. Pillage, same thing. Right, that was more the Vikings thing. Customs, I don't see us going into that. Activities, yeah, while we're hosting a lot of activities, I don't think that's the thing that should define us. Warfare would make sense, obviously. Us being House of Warriors, that's very much what we have portrayed so far. What he is portraying so far. Not so much law, not so much guile. Blood makes sense in this idea that, again, we are tracing this lineage back now to kings of old and stuff. But I think it's not that fitting. Neither is erudition. That's the least fitting one of them. Glory would be something we could look into. But this is more glory on a distinction level, I think. It would make sense. So we get marriage acceptance plus 30. It's a renowned name next. Then we would get another accolade. More knights would earn respect. I think that will make sense. Then kin, large skilled families where members aid and support each other. Sounds good, but I think we are looking more in the strife area. Like, we're not the family man, and this is not like what our family is about, I think. It's very likely that our children will be at each other's throats once we die. Well, that's the natural order of things, I guess. That's just happening. That's... I think Skjal was very much of a social Darwinist. It's like, the strongest survives. Go at it, sons. I think we will either go for glory or for warfare. Both make sense for me. Let's just roll the die. Then I can make a fast decision without doing too much thinking. We go for glory. Yeah, that makes total sense. We have earned respect through our deeds, not only inside of Denmark, but outside of it as well. People around the Baltic know that the Hvide are not to be messed with, and are indeed, people you want to be allied with. That kind of marriage acceptance, maybe that also helps Asa now to find a wife. Let's look into it later. I still get this train for tournament thing now. I will just ignore it. It's coming back anyway. Yeah, there it is again. It's like, no, it was there. It was there. Back and forth? No. Okay. The aftermath. I'm traveling in a less populated and more rugged part of my realm, and my entourage and I come across a number of corpses, and the stench of decaying flesh is noticeable to everyone. Judging by the armor and clothing on the bodies, as well as the wounds on them, it seems that this may have been the scene of a recent battle between rival bandit gangs that infest the region. These lowly people deserve to be food for vultures and crows. Let's properly dispose of these bodies lest they rise as vengeful spirits. Bandits or not, we should give them a funeral to put their souls at ease. He does have a bit of a wrathful streak sometimes, even if that's not directly his thing. I think the last one is not the one we would choose, but it would make the second option makes sense to me too. Like I said, you don't have to have the zealous trait or virtuous traits and so on to be a religious person. I just take this for granted. Everyone is a religious person. Everyone is a believer in God, unless you are really like cynical or anything, or you have this secret. There's this trait actually being a non-believer. So that would be reserved for these people. He is actually a believer in God. He very much believes in his faith. And along with this comes a bit of superstition, right? And that might still be a remnant of the old gods. I think I like this option here. Let's dispose of these bodies lest they rise as vengeful spirits. I like this. I kind of like this. Okay. So maybe at this point in time, let's have a look around because several things are happening. A person of interest to you, Duke Krutoy of Valicia, died from being ill. That's huge. Because now his sons have split his lands among themselves, which might cause internal strife. And the other thing that's now very important, the truce is gone, because the truce, and that is actually where the game is, quite in line with especially the early medieval time. We make deals on a personal level. There is no such thing as a state of Valicia or a state of Noresund or Denmark, but rather there's the king and the count, and in this case here the duke, and every deal they make would be on a personal level. So we did have a truce, not with Valicia, but with Duke Krutoy. So now that his son Sigmund is here, we don't have a truce with him, so he might be able to attack us, we might be able to attack him. I'm not sure. Is alright, yeah, she's still traveling to our court, and I think this might be effective still. Like, if he really would want to attack us, he would have to, or he might not do this because she is our hostage now. He is greedy though, he's arrogant, he's diligent, he might do it still. But let's see. I mean, if he wants to come for us, he can try. He can try. We will crush him, as we crushed everyone here before. The other thing that I saw before was that our father-in-law Asbjørn has finally died, age 61. And that means that his firstborn daughter has inherited the Laughing Out Loud land. And that's a concern for us. Because she is the wife of the Bedwetter. The Bedwetter is once again the mightiest person in the realm, I would think. 1,200 guys. Thrugod comes close, and it's good that we're allied, but yeah, he is the most powerful person in the realm. And he is only going to get more powerful. And through... now that he's also allied with his wife, and they still only have this one child, and I think that's what they will stay at, because she is 45. She's not going to give birth to children anymore. Well, she can still now, and maybe that's going to happen. Again, the watershed is at 46, so whenever she turns 46, and that will be in half a year, then she will not be able to give birth anymore. But, and that would mean there's just this one daughter here, you can see. She is the heir to 3 titles and 3 more titles. So she's getting all of this, and this. That will leave, I think, too much power. And that's a concern that we have, that we would have, like returning to playing. But, that's something to keep in mind. Also because our wife has a claim to her father's lands, just as much as her older sister has. And I think in this case, since it's already unusual for women to own land, hold a title, and so on, you might actually contest this, right? We might be saying, okay, our wife might as well be the ruler of this. And it might be something that we do. Then again, this would cause a major internal struggle in Denmark. Alright, Judita has arrived at our court. Pressed the wrong button. We should find a guardian for her. That would... teach her. I think, we should entrust her to someone who's both close to us, and that would, bring her closer to civilized and cultured people. I think in this case I'm actually choosing my brother, right? might sound weird, but again, like, he is our brother. That means something to us. He's close to us, so we think we can take care of this delicate matter. She's also going in the direction of stewardship. She's also already greedy. I think they will like each other. But then we will do this, right? We want her to adopt to our ways. So if she returns, she would be, someone who brings these ideas and ideals back to her people. All right. Yeah, we just did this. A few nights. Is there anything else going around? Is the... I think the plague is gone. I don't see it here anymore. I think it was here mainly. Yeah, so... our physician can go back to doing research for us. Oh, we do have... just quickly pause. We do have people in our dungeon now. Jochem and Snowit. That's a nice name. Let's see. Jochem is actually, he's a Saxon. He's not a pagan, and he's Catholic. He's brave and arbitrary and honest. Well, he's a person that's very much to our liking, I think. Gallant in a way. Again, I interpret this as being like a warrior and seen as an individual warrior. So I think what I will do is I will offer him to join my court to become a household knight of ours. Right? There's nothing that speaks against it, I think. Oh, he's butt ugly again. I think I have one of these mods installed where you don't see this on a character when they are ugly. Might actually revert this because it sometimes looks very funny. Well, it also looks like, I don't know, cartoonish at times when people are ugly. But I think we will do this. We will recruit him, ask him to join our household knights, which is something that he won't like because it's actually a forced recruitment. Okay, so we're not actually giving him the choice. We are like, hey, you can fight, you belong to me now. But again, this means something to us as well. He is not our slave, not at all. He is our household knight, our huskarl, and just as any other of my huskarls, he will have our loyalty. Now, with Snowit, that might be a different matter. I mean, he's also arbitrary, he's callous. He's a theologian. That means like he's very much, he likes his religion, I guess. If we set him free... Oh yeah, he would agree to a conversion. Okay. Well, he may continue to practice his religion in secret. I guess he'll probably do that. We could recruit him too, I guess. That being said, he's not going to like that. He's not going to like us for it. We may still demand conversion, and we will let him know that he's very much... he shouldn't do anything against us because we can find him. But I think in this case, even though he is a good warrior, he would definitely fit. I think we will just let him go. I mean, we could, of course, execute him, but I would only do this if he was really a zealous person. This was a holy war, of course, but I think it was more of an opportune thing to do for Skjalm. Of course, there's this, again, he is religious and stuff, he believes in God, but he lacks the zeal. So we're not going to execute him just because he's, I don't know, a pagan. We will demand his conversion, and we would, tell him that he shouldn't go against us. We have a hook on him. Okay. So that's how we deal with our prisoners. Yeah. Farewell. And Jochem is on our side now. Good. Let me just check if I go into the barber shop. I think that option... Isn't that here down somewhere? Trades? Yeah. Okay, still not visible. Okay, can't force it. Yeah, again, might have something to do with a mod I've installed. I mean, if you're alright with it, we don't have to see ugly people around, do we? It's not something that we do have to have. Anything else we can do in Rügen? I mean, when we look at the cultures here, then we would see that the Iranian culture is still obviously the majority one. I don't like the promote culture option. That one. Because to me that is a very modern idea. And an idea that historians have tried to interpret in things that that were going on in the early medieval days, or like this belief or this kind of expectation that when the sources say, let's say the Saxons conquered England, and now we find all these cultural artifacts that look Saxon, that means that there has been some kind of ethnical cleansing, or that one population forced the other to go away. And that's there's little evidence actually for this to have happened, apart from a cultural change. But then again, if in a few thousand years people find a Coca-Cola can in Russia, they would deduce that the USA have kind of dominated the whole world and conquered them and extinguished the whole culture. So yeah, it does not make sense to me, and I think that's not something that actually happened widely. Like on a personal level, yes, of course, we just did this, right? But I think that this is ahistorical. That's what I personally think. So I'm not going to do it. If that's of a different culture, it's of a different culture, right? Maybe in time this will happen. Maybe we can at some point do this, but just in a way of treating it as a kind of natural thing, right? Using the mechanic to somehow reproduce something that would have happened organically. Anyway, okay, we have lessons on distinction again with our daughter. Yeah, I think we are investing in her, right? This is something that we do, even if it costs us some stress. But for her, we will do it. We love her very much. So, okay. This is something that I don't know how we think about this. King Sven has passed the High Crown Authority law. And that means that there cannot be internal wars on our own. Like, we would not be able to force our wife's claim now because of this, unless we had the specific, there we go, the specific contract here that says our war declarations are sanctioned by our king. I don't think that's something that we like, right? See, Bully. I have been a role model to Bully. Now he's brave. Oh, he's 6 years old. It's time for him to actually... and he wants to go in a learning education. I think I like this. So, Bishop Egino is still around. And this is actually very, very much of a medieval thing, right? So normally you would just have all your kids at your own court and look for people to train them. But it was way more common to, send them outside your realm to people you trust and you are allied with, so that they could learn from them. So there we go. Of course, we're not going to let him become a Saxon. But that's good. Of course, he's going to accept it. He will do this gladly for us. Pass on his wisdom, because he is a learned man, to Bully. He is gone. I can declare... Yeah, okay. I guess the game is now telling me that, of course, it would be opportune to go for Velicia again. I think I want to play this out more in like a, okay, we just have conquered Rügen, right? There's still matters of actually making sure that the whole of the population accepts us. And this is part of our realm, really. So I will not just rush into war again, even though it would be opportune. It would actually be opportune. Let's see. He is around with 400 guys. He's around with 300 guys. 376. He has like 400, 381, 1,200. Yeah, they actually still, like if we went for a holy war now, we would have around 2,500 or so against us. Okay, what's happening? To the impressive Skjalm, I propose a betrothal between my son and heir, Asa. Oh yeah, he has an Asa too. And your daughter Sigrid. And that is Thrugod's son, Svend. Svend the Timid. I'm not sure he's someone that we like. Oh yeah, and his son is like, yeah, well, I guess he's also temperate, and they can enjoy not eating too much together. That's something that they would like. He's like trusting and honest and stuff. I mean, he's strong. We value that. We value him being strong. That's good. He's also the firstborn son of the firstborn son of Duke Thrugod, so that means he will at some point in time inherit the duchy, and that will make our daughter a duchess. Is this a good... Is this actually... I mean, if we think about it from that direction, him being honest and trusting and so on, and her being brave and arbitrary, I think in this relationship, she would be the one that dictates what's going on. Like, she would tell him what to do, not the other way around. So, I kind of like this. I kind of like this idea. I think I'm going to accept it. Also gives us this alliance with Svend. So individually from his father, he already has 2 counties, and he has, again, quite a lot of manpower. So we would be allied to him and his father. So we could, call both of them into battle and get about like 2,000 soldiers. You know what? Yes, I am going to accept this. I think this is the best match actually for our daughter that we could find. Great stuff. I mean, in the future we need to look out for having any more marriage alliances with the Thrugod dynasty, because now we're getting into the, cousin territory and stuff. And I really want to highlight this. The kind of, the incest thing that's going to happen in some of the CK3 playthroughs and stuff. And people say, okay, there's actual historical evidence for this. Yes, there is. But, again, that's a modern thing. Like, the Habsburgs did this. But that was at a point in time when we already had these kind of autocratic rulers and stuff. This is not happening here. And it was actually something that they especially looked into. Like, you couldn't even, or shouldn't even, let's just pause here. You shouldn't even marry, a cousin in the 4th or 5th degree or something. It was way more prohibitive than it is nowadays. Right? They would consider something incest that we would think, hey, what the heck? They had the same great-great-great-great-grandfather. So what? But for them, that actually didn't go. That was not compatible with the church. All right. Okay. Coming back from this tangent. Back to Harald, the bedwetter, who has finally died. So we can dance on his grave. And he died of the smallpox. So that's a... That's a disease that's currently rampant in the North Sea area. It's likely not going to affect us, because for that it has to travel around. I mean, yeah, this one here and over here, they have it. But it's a minor plague. I doubt that this might be the biggest extent already. I don't think it's coming to us. Anyways, but he has died, and now what I've talked about before is coming true. His dwarf daughter, the gluttonous, vengeful, content Katrine, is now the Countess of Slesvig, Dithmarschen, and Halland. And she is the heir to the Laughing Out Loud land. So, yeah, this is a big concern. Right now, she doesn't have allies, but I guess she's going to be allied with her mother soon. I mean, still, we are not able to wage war. Oh! Toke has grown up. There we go. He's a tough soldier. Oh, they grow up so fast. Oh, he was little just a moment ago. And now he's all big. Let's see. Just impatient, vengeful. Talked about this before. He's going to be someone, who sets the law and enforces it, but with a vengeance. So he will not be this kind of just ruler in a sense that he will be, I don't know, generous or forgiving or anything. He will, the law is paramount, and if you go against the law, you will be persecuted and killed and whatever. An eye for an eye. Alright, we have a Liberty faction now going on. Yes, I was expecting to look out for this. So, Liberty faction means people want to lower the crown authority, which is currently too high. It's interesting that she, of all people, would suggest this, because she has nothing to gain from it, actually. But let's see if other people are going to actually join this one too. Because if it goes beyond this threshold here, you can actually, they could, give an ultimatum to the king. I'm still not sure if I would join this, because we have been loyal to the king before. I mean, we don't agree with this at all. Really don't agree with this decision. Taking larger control of us. But, what can we do? Is he really going into open rebellion against his king? I mean, you would see this in examples across medieval history. That on the one hand, you had people that were very loyal, but then king did something inopportune or that they didn't like, and then they go against them. So it's not of a, like, loyalty is not a, I don't know, permanent contract, but rather has to be shown over and over again. And if as a liege you've shown yourself to be kind of disloyal, then your vassals will as well go against you. Alright, yeah, we can finally go and pick the gallant trait. Yes, I think that's very much reflective of the warrior that we are, the renowned warrior that we are. As you see, he's losing prowess now because of old age. He's 53 now. I mean, he's still fine. He's still in good health. But, yeah, it shows now, right? He has been fighting all of his life. And so, yeah, his joints would ache. Would be more difficult for him to move. He has his workarounds, right? You kind of adapt. But it would still be a bit noticeable. He's still obviously, of course, very, very good. He's a very good fighter. He's still probably the best fighter all around Denmark. Yeah. Alright. So, what are we up to? Actually, we could go for a hunt. Don't have that much money, though. I always like to have at least some options. Not going too low. And we will probably get more income once the control is rising here. Yeah, it was also recently looted. And then we have the culture tension, which actually results in less holding tax. We have faith tension that results in less holding tax. Okay, yeah, that's all not ideal. What's this one? Oh yeah, they had coastal quarantine. This domain will make no money at all. Yeah, we had 0.09. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what the development is here. For now, I'm fine. We're doing missionary work. We are raising the control level. So we sent our marshal here. We would actually have the option to hire or to create this court position of seneschal. As you can see, it costs 0.75 per month. And of course, there would be from a roleplay sense, totally makes sense, right? But it just gives you 0.2 control growth. I think this is this is something that should be buffed. 0.2 is just nothing, right? Like we see now, they're getting 0.9, and that is reflective of a minus 0.4 and a plus 1.3. So it would be up to a 1.5. That's, and that in exchange for more than half. Our income more than halved. I don't see this coming. Like, maybe it would be good in a role-playing sense, but again, I don't like to compromise my own agency too much, and income is so important in this game. So let's leave it at that. We can hold on for a while. All right. That being said, I just noticed, of course, since Balder is not around anymore, we don't have a Master of the Hunt. That costs at least a little less. Right. And that might actually be something we can entrust our son with. So he has something to do. Right? We want him to... And kind of, it's like we keep the money, right? So he's going to inherit anyway, and then he already has some kind of funds of himself. What's happening here? Sunset is well fallen and the bonfire is still not lit. I make my way closer, passing a group of musicians mumbling about the unexplained holdup. I finally reach my suffragan bishop Joseph, who is nervously pacing. What is the matter? Why the delay? I inquire. We always light the bonfire with fire brought from a blessed brazier in the cathedral's nave. What cathedral? I sang the hymns myself this morning, but the torch unexplainably blew out on the way here. We must wait for the return of acolytes I sent to relight it. I think I'm not going to use the first option here. Like, nah. just say another prayer and use any torch, right? That's... Jesus Christ. What kind of cathedral is he talking about anyway? Tonight a great bonfire is to be lit to praise the Lord and for the benefit of the month's various saints. All through last week, young apprentices from rival guilds joined forces to cut and gather bushes for the fire, while children set about gathering small sticks as soon as the event approached. Yeah, this ought to be entertaining, I guess. Let's look at this in a second. Right. Eric is scheming again. He's constantly scheming, right? He's and he's not terribly great at it. He is he going for this again? Yeah, he's he's like, hey, my brother who's a monk, maybe he should be our king. And like, a monk king? Is that even a thing? Like, I haven't thought this through, did I? I mean, he is actually capable. But he does quirky decisions. He's a quirky guy, our Eric. I think once on a hunt, he tried to persuade us that we should pick flowers instead of going for the hunt. And we were like, what? What are you even talking about? All right. There we go. There is a tournament in Norway popping up. Right. I think this is an opportunity that we will take. Of course. This time we can train for the tournament. Now it's the right moment. And we will plan this. It's up here, right? So we have to go by sea up here. Can we see what activities we get with it? There's a horse race contest. That should be something for us. And if not for us, then it would be something for Den Röde Ritter. Right? He's a rider. He would love the challenge, possibly. Yes! Yeah, we are so going to do this. But I just realized we are at the 2-hour mark. So yeah, and I think this episode was again one where we achieved something. We did something. We conquered Rügen. And that was something that, yeah, we did with our own allies and by our own strength. That's great. So now we are in a way better position here and able to leave both of our son an inheritance. I think I'll try to get Bully on the clerical path, which I don't have to do through the monk trait, by the way. I could, in fact, install him as a bishop here, and then he would be exempt from the whole inheritance anyway, because, yeah, he will have a position of power as a bishop. That would already count as him, having a good position and getting something from me. But then, yeah, he can inherit Norris and he can inherit Rügen. For me, that sounds right. Or for him, that sounds right. Obviously not very good for you as a player, having less again. But this sounds good to me. Anyway, okay, yeah, that's where we currently are. And let's see you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.